Good morning, welcome, Shavua Tov, V'go Tavach. Thanks for tuning in to Kilat Shari Torah's daily review of Rambam's Sefer HaMitzvot, the 613 mitzvahs, as elucidated and illuminated by Maimonides. Also, since this is the month of Elul, we are sounding the shofar every morning as a call to all of us to awaken from whatever slumbers impede us from doing the great work of teshuvah, of return in the month of Elul in preparation for the high holidays. You may remember from last week before Shabbos, we were talking about laws of marriage, the requirement for a bridegroom to devote himself to his wife for a full year. The next thing you'll find in the Siddur, if you follow through the Siddur or in the bencher, some people noticed, is the Bris Milah, the law of circumcision, the next mitzvah, positive commandment 215 of the Rambam's listing of 248 obligations is Bris Milah. The words in the Torah say, every male among you shall be circumcised, and the Torah explicitly decrees extinction for a person who violates this positive commandment. In the words of a later verse, the same verse, same chapter rather, Genesis 17 verse 14, the uncircumcised male who is not circumcised in the flesh of his foreskin, that soul shall be cut off from his people. Certainly something we want to avoid. The prohibitions of the mitzvah are explained in the 19th chapter of Tractate Shabbat. We're currently in the middle of studying that tractate. Hopefully we'll get to that in due course. Also in the fourth fourth parak of Yevamos. And this mitzvah to circumcise an 8-day-old newborn boy, rests upon the father, as explained in Tractate Kiddushin. Of course, when the child, if somehow uncircumcised, reaches the age of majority, it devolves upon him. Rebbe says, great is the mitzvah of Milah, for despite all the religious duties which Abraham, our ancestor, fulfilled, he was not called perfect until he circumcised himself. As we read again in this chapter of chapter 17 of Genesis, walk before me, says God, and be perfect. The rite of circumcision, if performed on the 8th day after birth of the child, as the Torah prescribes, overrides Shabbat and all holidays. Of course, we're prohibited from elective surgeries and so on, from causing wounds, anything like that on Shabbos. However, the positive mitzvah of Bris Milah overrides those prohibitions of Shabbat. So we do make, if the Bris Milah is going to be on the 8th day, we do make it on Shabbat if in fact the baby was born on Shabbos. However, check with a competent halachic authority first. Because if a baby is born, let's say Bein Hashmashos, after candlelighting time when it's not yet dark, on Friday afternoon, Friday evening, for example, or the other way, going out of Shabbos, it's not always clear that we do make the Bris Milah on Shabbat. If it's delayed for whatever reason, let's say the baby's not ready to withstand the Bris Milah, maybe has jaundice or something, so neither Shabbat nor festival should be overridden in performing the rite of circumcision. Again, complicated laws which your local Orthodox rabbi and or competent expert moil will be able to explain to you and go through in great depth, to whatever depth you would like to examine it. Okay, we will leave it there for today. Please join us again tomorrow. Have a wonderful day.